Pam is a cat mom and holistic health seeker who, after suffering an injury that wouldn't heal, was led on a journey to seek out alternative, holistic, and natural medicine. She now shares what she learned, helping people and their cats along their path to holistic health. Pam has taken courses in holistic health for animals, muscle testing, and animal communication. Please welcome Pam. Back to News for the Soul.
Hey, everybody. It is so great to be back with you tonight. I am Pam with Perfectly Holistic, and this is a Perfectly Holistic radio show, and we have a really special treat in store for you guys tonight. But first, before I get started, I wanted to let you guys know we are streaming live on YouTube and Facebook. So if you are watching, I love to say hi. So drop us a comment. Let us know where you're watching from. And we've got some really special guests and a cool topic. We are going to be focusing mostly tonight on supporting pet parents and the topic of energy medicine, which is one of my favorite discussions because it is so powerful. My two special guests, one of you, one you probably may remember from earlier this year, Dr. Adrianne Smedstad, who is a dear friend of mine from years ago, who is an energy medicine practitioner. And then my new friend, Adam Sherman, who is friends with Adrianne, who is also an energy medicine practitioner. He is a Reiki master and does sacred medicine, correct? Okay, yes. I want to make sure I get all that right. So thank you guys so much for joining me. I want you to just take a brief brief intro and just kind of share with people your background, how you got started, and what brings you to what you're doing today. So, ladies first, Miss Adrianne.
Well, I started in energy medicine, and I was so fascinated with it that I just kept continuing on and decided to go into natural medicine and got a doctorate and a PhD in natural medicine with an energy medicine master's. And nice. So I combined them, and I just love them both. It just has so much meaning. And I just feel like the energy medicine part is so important with everybody, with pet parents and anything that you do, because it is all frequency and it just is alive in us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Adam.
Yeah. Well, it started for me probably about 7 years ago with an awakening. I had taking a course in Boulder, Colorado for holistic healing and herbology. And then from there, I had been a horse trainer, so very, very big animal background. And then got my Reiki master. I took a 2-year healing school journey through the chakras, and then got into facilitating sacred medicines. And doing all this healing work has just cured so many issues that regular medicine never could get to the core of.
Yes.
And
absolutely.
Just especially, the frequency work too. It's, just like this radio station, we can tune to a different frequency to, then tap into the quantum field and all sorts of other amazing things.
Exactly.
Yes. And I know both of you are just devoted animal lovers.
Yes.
Adrianne has always had a menagerie in her life, as we've talked about before, with cats and dogs and turtles and guinea pigs and
parrots, deer, you name it.
So many animals. And so, Adam, horses are so spiritual. They are so intuitive animals. And I just get goosebumps talking about it. But yeah, have you always been around horses?
Yes. I mean, we got horses probably when I was around 10 years old. And then I just took off with it and started working for, various people throughout the United States. And I always seem to get along better with the more difficult horses, but they in tune also helped me really ground into my body. And, they're just such amazing animals that have done so much for humankind.
Right.
And, yeah, it was a great start to get into.
That is amazing. We have some friends over here on Facebook checking in from the Headbutt Hotel in South Carolina. So hi, Christine.
Oh.
Yeah. And then We have a question which we'll save for later. So remind me to come back to those. And you guys, if you, for the two of you, you can see the comments on the right-hand side of your screen. If you go over to comments,
Okay.
you can like monitor those and just see what people are saying. So let's talk, since this topic of energy medicine is obviously, we're also passionate about it. Let's break it down. What is energy medicine?
Adam, go for it.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, the means where we can tune into the different fields of our bodies, not just physical, spiritual, emotional, astral, and use vibration and frequency with the power of intention too.
Yes.
And, I think it's important to know that everybody can do energy work. Every single person, we're all psychic, we're all energy workers. Can be as simple as, I hear my intention is to heal my beautiful dog's back or whatever. And then through that intention and the knowing that we can do it.
Yes.
It's all in the knowing too, because, a lot of us, I'm sure at various points have struggled with some self-worth stuff. So the worthiness, plays a big factor in that too, but everybody can do energy medicine.
Awesome.
Yes. And I also want people to remember that things happen to us on the energetic field first before it even penetrates our body, because we all have an auric field around us. So things happen in the spiritual level, then the emotional level, then the physical. So it can start to impact our health if we haven't figured out that there's something else, spiritual or emotional that's been affecting us, that can eventually develop into actual physical symptoms and things, and chronic disease and illness and things like that.
Yes. Yeah.
So true.
Yeah. And so let's talk about the whole concept of what types of energy medicine are there. I mean, I know the list could be long, but let's give people some ideas, like what kinds of modalities are we talking about?
It can be as simple as just holding space for a person to fully express themselves and feel seen and heard. I mean, that is listening is a form of, energy medicine first and foremost. But then, I mean, of course, Reiki. And then, through Reiki, there's been other modalities too, quantum energy work. Adrianne does a wonderful program with the computer using different frequencies to heal different, ailments and stuff too. And I mean, it's kind of limitless, and again, the power of intention. Like if you want to send somebody else energy, just make sure it's not coming from you, it's coming from source through you to them. So our energy field doesn't get depleted, but
yeah.
And
you do a lot of energy medicine work, and you have different types of modalities that, I mean, you've been my coach for almost a year now. So I think everyone needs some kind of a coach. I mean, basketball players have a coach, golf players have a coach. And even though, I'm a practitioner, we all need coaches. And Adam has been my coach, and he has his own website and things where he can do energy medicine work on pets and people and clear out any things that are blocking. So I just want to mention that.
Thank you, Adrianne. And I mean, you've helped me in so many areas too. And I have many people I still use too. That's, we never stop learning.
We all help each other. Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. Like the stuff, even the things that, the trainings and the courses and stuff that I've gone through and still going through, that's, there's always a teacher, right? So it's nice to be able to go back to that teacher when we're kind of struggling or we need some guidance and go, what do you recommend? This is what I got going on. Just their coaching and their wisdom.
Absolutely.
And experience, that can help even people like us who are working directly with other people, or pets, just to help them be their best selves.
Mhm.
We also need those reinforcements ourselves as we learn and grow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And, I think it's important to, just to mention at these times too, like we forget, like to use the elements as medicine too. I mean,
It's true.
we can receive gifts from Mother Earth and the sun, and taking an Epsom salt bath. Like I feel like we forget to use those ancient modalities first and foremost to cleanse
Yeah.
the body, to ground, to there's so much high frequency light coming in right now from the sun, which, Pam, as you said, first comes into the other bodies, and that's why a lot of
Yeah.
people then feel a little sickish, because it's just their body's adjusting to the higher frequency.
Right. And learning and figuring out how to learn how to work with those.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Like some of the, I would say, low tech kinds of energy medicine that you can learn and you can use. It's so easy. It's just using like crystals. We've had shows on crystal energies.
Oh, yeah.
They're beautiful, but they are full of energetics.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
They're wonderful at helping to shift energy, transmute energy, things like that. But even something as simple as color, which has a vibrational frequency, we can use color therapy. I've developed a whole workshop on that to help people learn to implement, simple ways to provide support energetically using color. Like the mind, body, spirit release work that I do with pets and pet parents
I love
in
that.
the form of energy medicine and identifying imprints in the body that are ready to be released and cleared so that we can grow, heal, or the body can heal and let go of traumas and things like that. What other types of energy medicine can you guys share?
Well, Adam, how about sacred medicine?
Yeah, I mean that first and foremost is we've had these ancient medicines here on Earth for us to use. I'm sure everybody's heard of psilocybin and ayahuasca. Or, Adrian and I serve a wonderful medicine called Sacred Bufo that is both ancient and new at the same time, and it's just absolutely incredible at helping people with so many various issues, from anxiety, depression, addiction, PTSD. We've even seen cancer being cured. And again, because it gets to that core wound, and even if it's an emotional wound, then the physical can clear because that emotional has been taken care of.
Yeah, let's talk about that, because I don't think our viewers know what that is. Sacred Bofu. I had never heard of it until Adrian shared that with me several months ago. So talk a little bit about that. And again, we're talking about a modality that's used with pet parents.
Yep.
But yeah, just tell people what that is and like how you guys got into that and how you found it, or how it found you, I should say.
Yeah, so it actually it's a secretion from the Colorado river toad, and it's a natural chemical that is produced in our bodies already. So it's completely natural, and it's called the God molecule for a reason, because you go straight to God, and it's a major heart opener. And the beautiful thing about that is it's just I don't know, I'm sure everybody has had at times a hard time with receiving love. And what that does is just, it just combines everything into just the unconditional love and bliss that is here for all of us, and the oneness. And, it's been transforming people's lives, and we've been doing retreats all over the United States. And I can't say enough about it. I get all giddy just talking about it.
Yeah.
How did you
it's funny because Adam was visiting in September, and we did a big retreat here in Salt Lake City. And I was looking out my window, and Adam was like doing energy medicine on Thor, my cat.
Yeah.
it is, when, this sacred medicine really, I mean, it gets to the core and it clears so much so fast. And I just really think when pet parents, do any kind of clearing, whether it's mind, body, spirit, crystal healing, energy medicine clearing, or going into a deeper type of sacred medicine like Bufo, your pets just get so much closer to you. And with healing yourself, you heal your pets because it's a chain reaction.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
And I'm going to share my screen for a second. There is a picture I want to show you guys. If I can figure out how to get this to pull up, hang in there. Let me see if I can go. Well, I'm trying. let me see if okay, here we go. Let me go over here. I'm going to show this to you guys.
But while she's finding that,
can you see this? Can you see it now? The cats, can you see the picture?
Not yet.
No? Okay, hang on. We're going to go try this again. It's okay. Chrome has lost permission to capture your screen. Okay, well, I'm not going to go in there right now.
Okay. Well,
I'm sorry. Well, we tried. This whole Chrome thing, whatever. I can't show you the picture. Darn it. But yeah, Adrianne, continue.
Oh, Adam was out in the backyard and he had his tuning forks and, he was tuning them and Thor, my cat, came over and he was just resonating with the frequency. And maybe the next, there he is. Look, there's Bandit and Thor. And that's the ceremony mat right before a ceremony.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And they pick up. They just pick up.
Yep.
And for them just to lay on the mat instead of out in the grass or on a tree or whatever. But
so cute. It's like, and the color red is very grounding.
Yes.
So it's interesting.
Just like your shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it supports the root chakra, right? So it's very grounding and very secure. Maybe they just felt like they knew whatever was going to happen, people would need to feel very grounded and very rooted for that type of ceremony. And they're just over there adding their little energy to it.
Well, and when Adam was in my backyard, he was sitting there, he was meditating and using his tuning forks. And then my cats just came out of nowhere and just came on his mat and were like, can we join your tuning forks and your frequency?
Wow.
It was beautiful. It was really beautiful.
Well, and here's another couple ideas for energy medicine. Homeopathy is energy medicine. Flower essences are energy medicine. Sound, the bowls, the tuning forks. I mean, things like that, sound, frequencies. It's all about the frequency. It's about the energy. So again, those are just really cool ways to pull in all these different modalities of energy medicine and trying them, because it is going to support on a frequency level to either transmute, balance, whatever condition is going on that needs supported, something that's out of balance.
Right.
So, and I don't think you can overdo it because the body's just going to use what it needs out of it and it's not going to harm,
Right. Right. And, Pam, I love that you have the red shirt on today too, because I just find that, and Adrianne's probably sick of me always saying this, but
never,
I think a lot of us just want to be so connected and up to the other realms, but we're here to have this human experience and be fully present and down in our body. So to me, being grounded and deeply rooted, like you just said, is actually the key to going up.
Yes. That is true.
And I have a story. Last year, when I started getting really deep into energy work, and when I met Adam and things. I had just gotten a Siamese cat, and as you know, Pam, Siamese are very kind of
vocal. I have
Yeah.
one right here. Do you hear him crying?
but they're also very aloof and not very oh, look. So my Siamese is Bandit, and
Yeah.
he would come near me and snuggle a little bit, and he would sleep at the foot of my bed. And after doing all this energy work with myself, he would start creeping up and
Oh,
creeping up. And now he's like sleeping right like here all the
Ah.
time. And he never purred for a year.
Oh,
And
wow.
now he just purrs, and he's like right here. And he's and tell me differently, but purring is just a sign of just being in love with life.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that correct?
In that particular case, yes. I mean,
Because he
cats
never
also,
purred before.
yeah, when cats feel very happy, they can purr for different reasons, but obviously in that type of situation, he was very content and felt very loved and safe. And, maybe he was just trying to support you or in that moment or that space, but their purrs are actually healing frequencies.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's why, like, when people get sick who have cats, their cats end up going and sitting on them. It's like they just know when we're not feeling well, they come over and they'll sit next to us, they'll sit beside us, they'll sit on us.
Right. Yeah.
And they'll just purr, make biscuits, whatever, and it's just like they know.
Right.
Laura Lee says Bandit was happy that he had found that you had found your purpose in life.
Oh, thank you. That's
I
lovely.
love that. That is so very cool.
That's very cool. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so neat. And then Georgia Cat Daddy says, hi, greetings from Atlanta, Georgia. Laura Lee says she's all about using crystal energy in her home for myself and my cats. She has crystals everywhere. She has a crystal business.
Oh, wow.
To support cats.
Yeah.
And all their chakras. It's awesome. Yeah, I mean, there's just so many modalities that I think people just we get so used to quick pill for all ills, right? That's how we're programmed. We've been programmed this way in society for eons, So our first go-to is typically, what supplement can I use? What medication can I use? What, it's something external that we have to put inside of us. But I don't think we utilize or seek out the energetics option very often. And I just don't think it's because people aren't aware. It is an awareness thing. For those who use one of these modalities, it's like, oh, it's my go-to. It's my first go-to. But for someone who is not used to that, it's not something they're going to automatically think of because they haven't tried it before, never heard of it. But I love it in using it as a complementary tool. So when we work on ourselves, we're going to make our rest of our environment better, our home better, our pets better, our relationships better, our health better, because that energy affects all of our environment, right?
Right.
So think about how if we can support ourselves with some type of energy medicine modality in conjunction with maybe the diet and the supplements. So use it as a complementary approach, not just just pick one modality and just use that and expect it to do everything you want it to do. Not all the time does that work.
Right.
We have to get out of our box mentality and try and be open-minded, I think, in trying different things, even though you may not be completely familiar with it, but have an open mind, right? Because if you didn't have an open mind, you would never have looked at sacred medicine.
Right.
Because let's face it, it's out there. Okay. It is not in your normal everyday conversations that people go select and they go, oh, that's the first thing I'm going to try.
Right.
They're like, what's a Colorado toad? You know, I mean, they
Right.
don't know. I didn't know. I just think it's fascinating. Can you talk a little bit more about that modality? Like, how does it work? Like, what is it about this medicine? How does what does a session look like? And does somebody have to do it in person with you?
Yes.
Part of a ceremony, right?
Yes. This medicine is such a beautiful, powerful, sacred medicine that, everything is done, really ceremonial. And, this is a kind of a time where we're all going back to our tribal roots.
Mm-hmm.
So it is smoked through a vape.
Okay.
And, a typical process lasts probably between a half an hour and 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But we kind of call it spiritual surgery because they're in a state and, everything is extremely safe and beautiful and you're outdoors and just animals and wind. And, but, they kind of come to with newly aligned energy centers. And then just kind of the love and bliss just kind of flow in, and they'll laugh, they'll cry, and the whole ceremony space becomes a portal. So if it's a lot of us hold so much in, and think of the age-old program of not speaking up, and so a lot of stuff is going to come out, whether that be anger, sadness, laughter, or whatever, but all that kind of goes into the fire to be transmuted. And then, we always call it a rebirth, because they come into ceremony as their old selves, and they leave kind of a whole new person. We kind of call it a computer software update too.
And an awakening.
It is an awakening.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Georgia Cat Daddy has a question. He goes, he has an 11-year-old with a 315 blood glucose. Twin sister just passed away from pancreatic cancer. Already had numerous Western vet med tests and such. Energy work to help get the sweet boy back to balance? ? I would suggest, yes, it can definitely be a component of that, but I would also remind people we have to find the root cause.
Yes.
So if this is a pancreatic issue, if this is obviously a digestion issue, we have to look at what we're feeding.
Yep.
And then what toxins are in the body that's preventing like normal digestion and blood glucose levels from balancing, right?
Right. And I mean, I would, I'm sure there's a lot of pet owners that still just kind of give their pets water from the tap, where, to me, our pets are just an extension of our family, and like our kids too, where I'm not going to give my pets tap water, filled with fluoride and aluminum. And just that alone can create such a disturbance with, with heavy metals and toxicity. So I would, check stuff like that first.
Good point. And maybe also adding some colloidal silver to the water.
Good. Yes. Yeah. That's done wonders for me. Colloidal silver.
Interesting.
And then, of course, crystals, maybe, Adam and Pam, if there's certain crystals that promote some healing, and set it around the cat bed.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also with pets too, it's like, just like us, there's so much energy stored in the body. Like, make sure that pet is really just moving. And even if it's a little uncomfortable, like really move that part of the body. That it can even start as like a massage around that area, but just get things loosened up, because of course they want to be tight around that area to protect it, when in fact it needs to loosen up and move.
Yeah. You know what else, Georgia Cat Daddy? Have you looked at, or have you done any acupuncture? Hello, that's another type of energy medicine.
Yeah.
Acupuncture, acupressure, work with an integrative vet who does Chinese medicine, because a lot of times it is a stagnation issue. It's a chi issue.
Yes.
Then that goes back to the energy centers in the body that are stuck or stagnant. There could be meridian blocks that are affecting that whole digestive process as well. So I love acupuncture because it addresses the whole body and works on moving energy, like and moving that chi, as it's talked about in energy medicine, in Chinese medicine. Specific crystals, like supporting the solar plexus chakra, which is yellow. So if there's a like citrine, which one is that?
This is healer's quartz.
Okay, so there you go. Something like a yellow color can
Mm-hmm.
support that solar plexus area, which is your digestive system, your stomach, your pancreas, your liver, your spleen. Yeah, and I definitely look at something like that. Laura Lee says herbs and hydrosols.
Also, Pam, I saw your beautiful video of you doing your yoga thing really fast and your cats come in. When I do yoga, my cats come in too. And so they're doing the chi and they're kind of doing the yoga and feeling the energy too. So that would be a suggestion.
Yeah.
Do some yoga and have the cat just lay, your sweet baby down there. And sometimes they kind of join in.
No, so, and those were my kittens, and they think it's playtime when I pull the yoga mat out. Because they have almost my undivided attention being on the floor with them, right? And so they're like bringing toys over, and I have to stop and throw it, and all this kind of stuff. And then they'll go play at my feet, and oh my gosh, it's like no, that's my ankle, and those are nails,
Music, high frequency music while you're doing the yoga, so the kitty cat can bring in that frequency.
Yep.
So I read yellow gold crystals. Is that correct, Adam?
Yeah. And, also with every like chakra imbalance, there's usually another one that, simultaneously works with that one too. So even like one of the uppers, like either throat or third eye, I would maybe say, look into that too. Cause relieving some pressure and say the top, whether it be by acupuncture or something else, could help balance out that area as well.
Yeah.
What crystal would balance out this area?
I mean,
selenite.
Yeah. I mean, right now, like a selenite wand, like you can just go over the pet's aura with a selenite wand to kind of help clear out, the aura. But selenite's a good
cleanse, like purification kind of, and then Laura Lee put in here, citrine, yellow jasper, yellow quartz are great for solar plexus.
Yep.
Clear quartz is a great energy and healing amplifier. So those are good
options. Love it.
Yes. And I think it's also important to remember that a lot of times, again, going back to the pet parent, our pets will mirror issues that we may not know we have.
Yes.
So that could be emotional or things developing physically that we just don't know about.
Absolutely.
So sometimes our cats tend to develop chronic disease patterns and illnesses, emotional things as a reflection or mirror to what's going on in our lives. So I think we can't rule out taking an introspection of like, how is my diet? How is my energy? How is my overall health picture looking? What am I doing to support my own body? Because, these animals are smart. We came in with soul contracts, which I love. It's a whole nother topic.
Yes.
But we came in with these soul contracts to share this lifetime together, to support each other, for them to teach us a lot of things, right? Because they're already on the spiritual level that we just don't comprehend.
Yeah.
So Pam, so kidneys fear, liver's anger. Do you remember what pancreas is?
I don't know that it's let me look. I don't think it's related to I don't think it holds anything specific.
Okay.
It's not on my charts. No,
Okay.
pancreas doesn't. The spleen does.
Okay.
And of course the stomach and the small intestines, but gallbladder, liver, of course, but not pancreas.
Okay.
Yeah.
It might be more like blood sugar.
Yeah. which again goes back to diet.
Mhm.
We
Yes.
have to look at what
Correct.
what we're eating and things like that, and why is there why is it not working right?
Right.
Like, why is there insufficiency?
Exactly.
Why is
Right.
it not
It might be
to,
nutritional. Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And
Go ahead.
yeah, I think too, we have to look at, like, we all go through various stages of whether it be trying to be vegetarian, then maybe we're trying to eat more carnivore like too. It's like our bodies are changing so quickly, so rapidly too, that like what works for a lot of the time is no longer working anymore.
Yeah.
So being really receptive to what used to work and what maybe needs to work, and just investigating some other diets or other things that might be able to help, because we're all changing so rapidly that it's okay to, try something different too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. And the
Mhm.
pancreas and the gallbladder and the liver work a lot together.
They
So
do.
if the pancreas is not working optimally, I would suggest, besides looking at diet, have your vet do some diagnostics specifically looking at gallbladder and liver function.
Mhm.
See if there's, maybe there's some bile sludge. Maybe maybe the gallbladder needs cleaned up. You
Mhm.
know,
Mhm.
maybe there are endocrine disruptors that our cats are picking up on, and that's affecting the endocrine system, which is pancreas. The pancreas is a gland in the endocrine system. So
Exactly.
we just have to we have to almost step back, and look at like a 40,000-foot view instead of zeroing in like tunnel vision on one little spot.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we miss the forest for the trees, right?
Right.
We
Yeah.
have to just step back and go, he says, yeah, helicopter parent, hand raise, high energy multitasker. Yep. You kidding? We all have our things, but you know what? Awareness is the first place to start. So when we are aware of
Mhm.
our behaviors, our emotions, what we're contributing, the energy we're putting out there, that's when we can step back and go, oh, wait, I'm doing that.
Mhm.
Let's be present.
Right.
Not worry about the future or the past, but just bring everything to the present moment and focus on that, because then there is no past or future to worry about. It's right here, right now, right?
Right.
Yeah, and also going back to natural healing, mind body release or Reiki
Mhm.
would really benefit
Yeah.
this little kitty cat. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, so it's not necessarily it's just a one single thing. It's probably going to take a multiple modality type of situation where you have to look at a lot of different angles.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And then of course, this is my favorite, if you learn how to muscle test, it makes it a whole lot easier.
Yes, it does.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you can learn how to muscle test, it will narrow down your journey
Yep.
from going all over the map to
Yeah.
point A to Z in a more or less a straight line, instead of all over the place. So
Right. Right.
yes, learn how to muscle test. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, it will be life changing,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Is
because
it
you can use it for yourself
physical?
and for your pets.
Yeah. Determining whether it's a physical, emotional, spiritual body, and then going
Yeah.
from there too.
Yeah,
Yes.
and like Adam pointed out earlier, we can all learn how to do some Reiki and
Mhm.
put that energy into our animals.
Yeah, and even like going really back to basics. Like I swear I was a little OCD, am a little OCD, cleanliness wise, because if the house is clean, if there's fresh air getting in the house, if we're kind of saging and doing some other stuff too, like
Mhm.
let's get the whole container kind of cleansed too. Not just look directly at the pet too. It could be even more of a broader something.
Environmental. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see. He says Kitty is on a Royalkanen hydrolyzed proteins prescription diet. I'm sorry. Due to chronic diarrhea. So humans believe this is a neurological It's a neurological due to an issue as a kitten resulting in a tail amputation. Oh, bless his heart. Well, you know what? If there's trauma from the past, this is where something like mind, body, spirit release can release those emotional imprints from traumas and negative experiences. If it's actually neurological, or if it's something else that's contributing to that particular condition, it can, like you said, energy modalities can really, really help. And then I would look into the acupuncture. Let's get things moving,
Acupuncture for sure.
Mhm. Yeah.
And I love what Moon said. All of our cats have their own purpose. Some are healers, some are joy bringers, some are mirrors. Learn your cat's purpose will help keep them happy and healthy.
Yes. And this is where animal communication can also come into play.
Yep.
So it's not exactly a medicine, but it is a telepathic modality that you can use to connect with your cat. And there are very gifted, talented animal communicators. So we can ask them specifically, what can we do to support you? Do you know what happened to you? Do you know why your body is like this? What do you need from us? You know, is there something we're missing? What part of your body hurts? I mean, they can give you so much information.
Yeah.
So I can't speak enough about animal communicators. They're really amazing. If you have a really good one.
Yeah. And, you know, just something to mention too, like I would go back to the whole frequency aspect too of, you know, making sure there's some type of Wi-Fi protector on your Wi-Fi and phone. You know, animals are so sensitive, and, you know, I'm not a fan of Wi-Fi or my phone and what the effects do. So just being, you know, I know you can buy protector stuff on Amazon, and, you know, shungite is a great crystal for protection too, but just make sure maybe the Wi-Fi has something like that in place too, that the animal isn't absorbing, you know, EMF.
Very true. Very true.
Yes, definitely. Okay, I wanted to go back to let's talk about the quantum field, because I don't think we can talk about energy medicine without talking about the quantum. And I think, okay, my prediction, this is what I'm saying. Over the next 3 years, I think everyone's going to understand what quantum is. I think it is like it's going to be in your face before you know it. I mean, it is everything. It is everywhere. It is coming into the forefront of how we live our lives. You will see this if you haven't seen it already. It will be very, very common. It will be just a household term, quantum. So let's talk about quantum. Let's talk about quantum energy. Adam, go for it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, quantum is a term used to describe like the multidimensional interconnections of everything in the universe. And I mean, it's a field of infinite possibilities. You know, we are so powerful by nature that anything we focus on has the ability to manifest and everything like that too. So just a simple thought, you know, can create a newer timeline. You know, the example I would use is a couple of weeks ago, like I live right in Houston right now. So, and I'm really annoyed with the amount of trash that's everywhere. So I started cleaning up a park across the street. And well, 3 days after that, I saw 2 other people doing the same thing. Just by us, you know, and it kind of goes back to like, be the change that you want to see too. But just by doing that sent out a quantum, you know,
That's
energy.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Yes. What else about quantum can we share? Like, for example, there is a quantum field. It is an energy field that is everywhere. It is all around you. It's not something that you see, but it is there. It is scientifically proven that it is there. It is in between everything. But this is where, like you were saying, this is where all possibility exists. So if your mind can conceive the idea, you can do it, because it's quantum. It is out there. it is about learning how to tap into that field of energy. And
Right.
this goes back to something I posted last week. What kind of energy are you putting into the field yourself? Because
Yeah.
that is what you are attracting back to you. It is.
Mhm.
It's like we're all walking around as little antennas,
Yeah.
pointing into the universe, into the quantum field around us. Whatever frequency we're putting out is like a magnet. So the universe says, "Oh, you want more of that? Okay,
Yes.
I'll send you more of that."
Yep.
Mhm.
If you
Yeah.
have a house full of sick animals and that's the energy you're putting out, okay, you must want more, more sick animals. So I'll just keep putting that into your space. That's a
Right.
terrible example, but it's actually a real example. It's the same for our health. If we walk around identifying our ailments and calling them my cancer, my
Oh,
whatever,
yeah.
and putting a name on it and identifying it as part of us, then that's just the same as the universe saying, "Oh, you want more?
Right.
I'll give you some more,"
So true.
because that's the frequency that we are putting into that quantum field.
Exactly.
So if we want to change what we're getting, we have to change who we are and what we are putting into that field, right?
Right.
It's all about energy.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a fascinating topic. Go ahead. Did you guys have anything to add to that?
Well, I mean, it's so incredibly fasting, and it's becoming more and more in our face. As there's so much healing going on right now, with all these emotions coming up to process, and of course we want to just, let me shift my mindset so I'm not thinking about that word. In fact, we have to feel it somewhat
Yes.
in order to,
Mhm.
but having the trust, knowing that it's just passing through us to teach us something. But yeah, just, I mean, even our wording,
Yes.
like I've been obsessed with words and how I've been misusing words and how I'm now using words properly. But even with pet owners, like you said, Pam, if they're kind of uh, not obsessed, but focused on, my pet has this pancreas issue, or, the simple act of changing the wording to, he's getting better. I know he's getting better.
Mhm.
And I know comes from the crown, where I am comes from the root. So it's like, I feel he's getting better. I see him getting better. Just those simple, the power of the word. I mean, it's called
These
spelling for,
crystals are going to help heal
yeah.
you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yes. And because energy is not limited by time and space, this is why quantum healing modalities can work remotely or in person.
Hmm.
So, like your distance Reiki, mind, body, spirit release, you don't have to be in my presence. Adam, you don't have to have a client on a
Right.
table in front of you for Reiki to work, right?
Right. It actually works better without the person in front of you, because there's not that 3D aspect of the
Interesting.
person in front of you. Then you're able to kind of tune in. And I myself receive Reiki from the woman I learned from in Massachusetts, and the distance sessions are like some of the most intense, like time traveling, wild, I mean, incredibly beautiful sessions I've ever had. And that's just, I mean, it's incredible.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. And Adrian, with like the biofeedback scanning machines that you do, your
Mhm.
clients are all over the world.
Mhm.
So they don't have to be sitting in your office for them to receive quantum healing. It's really cool. So,
No, I actually had a woman call me regarding her sweet kitty cat Bobo, and she was in Montana, and we worked on Bobo for a long time. But I just really love Reiki for animals,
mhm,
and I think remote Reiki is wonderful because you can lay the cat down, or you can tap into them when they're in a nap, and cats
mhm,
sleep all the time. So it's a beautiful resource to do mind, body, spirit, or add them with your
you're right.
Reiki to work on pets, because
Mhm,
it's so easy with people. They have to be, you have to get them in we're so busy. You have to get them over here and let them lay down for, 10 minutes to an hour or so. But with cats, just tap right into them.
Absolutely.
Well,
Yeah.
Adrianne, with the computer program that you do, that has just helped me tremendously too. I think it's important to note just how crucial it is because it does find, it's like a puzzle, that just gets to the actual root cause, like we've all been talking about. For example, I've had Lyme's disease, and it, through different areas, we got to the exact root of what it really is and what herbs and cleanses to do to get rid of that. And it's just it's so mind-blowing when you think of what we can really heal with these new modalities.
Yes.
And using natural medicine, because Pam, you have homeopathy, and I do natural medicine, and there's so many things you can do without going and getting an antibiotic for a pet or a person and that type of thing. God gave us all these tools to heal naturally. We've got crystals, we've got homeopathy, we've got Reiki, we've got mind, body, spirit release. And so to really,
and
herbs. Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah. And so to really tap into Mother Earth and utilize these for the parent of the pets and the pets is really, in my opinion, very crucial.
Yeah, it's really awesome. We are almost out of time, but I wanted to just ask you guys real quick, if people wanted to learn more about energy medicine, I'm sorry, not energy medicine, but quantum energy, quantum healing, who are your favorite go-to resources for them to go read about, watch videos of? Because I have mine, but I want to know what y'all's are.
Yeah, I mean, Pam, I think you and I had talked about Dolores Cannon. Of course, everything that woman says and has done is just incredibly beautiful. All her books. I mean, I feel like she's my grandmother from another. It speaks right through me. I love different channelers. Bashar. Elizabeth April is great on YouTube. And really just like you said, Joe Dispenza too. But I think you could find. I would just research away, and even on YouTube, and just find who you resonate
with.
Yeah.
Yep. I agree. I love Dolores Cannon and I love Joe Dispenza. They're just two, and their videos. There's so many videos that are free on YouTube and other platforms that you can go, like you said, just go do a search and see who pops up on your feed and just listen and see who you resonate with. Right, Adrianne?
Absolutely. And Joe Dispenza would be one of my favorites. When you Google him or go to YouTube, he's got frequencies that you can just turn on and listen to while you're going about your business. And, I don't trust a lot of ones that I don't know about because I don't really want to get that frequency. But if you go to Joe Dispenza, he's researched them. He knows them. You can just play them in the background, your pets, and you can just absorb the energy and the frequency. And he also has a lot of good things to say just about frequency in general.
Yes. And the quantum field.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Yeah. It's awesome. So as we wrap up here, tell everybody where they can find you guys. Go ahead, Adrianne.
A Health Doctor. Doctor is abbreviated. A Health Dr. @hotmail.com. I also have a Facebook page where I do the sacred medicine. It's called Bliss Sanctuary. It's in Salt Lake City, Utah. So again, Bliss Sanctuary on Facebook. And you can check out the site, and that's where I facilitate sacred medicine. And then, of course, my personal Facebook page, Adrianne Smedstad.
Awesome. Adam.
Yeah. And so I can be found at Adam51280 at iCloud.com. I have Instagram, which is Adam C. Sherman, SHERMAN. Also Facebook, Adam Sherman. And the website is letsgoquantum.com, where we do Energy work is on there. You know, we do, we have probably, I would say, 8 or so retreats a year. We offer 2 ceremonies monthly in Houston, but we also do a lot of spiritual guidance and counseling on there too. And we kind of work in conjunction with Adrianne and, you know, send people her way. She sends people our way. And it's just a beautiful connection. And
it is beautiful.
Yeah.
I love it.
That is awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for spending some time with us this evening. I hope our cat parents and pet parents got some ideas. So thank you guys so much. We will be back again next month with a lot more fun. So until then, have a wonderful rest of your evening, and everyone take care.
Thanks, Pam.
Okay.
Thank you,
Bye,
Pam.
Adrianne.
Bye.